What's cracking with you people? This is Divas Wolf and welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Republic Commando. In the last one, we got introduced to the game, we reunited with our squad, and we killed Sun Fac. In this one, we will be infiltrating the droid foundry. And for our quick synopsis, the Separatists have hidden their factories deep within the bowels of the planet. Delta Squad must penetrate the inner layer of the Geonosians and locate the main droid construction facility. So we're going to get straight to it. Now, one thing I forgot to do in the last episode was turn on the subtitles, and I did that because some of the banter between the commandos is pretty funny, but it comes by so fast and so suddenly that I have no time to show it off.
Intelligence indicates that there are several factories buried deep underground, but they are impenetrable to our large assault forces. Heat signatures emanating from this spire tell us there is a factory below. Neutralizing one of these factories will tip the scales in our favor for the surface battle. Our scanners cannot pinpoint the factory's exact location because of a jamming device located near your current position. First, disable the jamming device. Once that is accomplished, I can guide you to your main target. Our communicate will be sporadic. Inside, so you're on your own until that
Signal lost, sir. Commandos, dead warriors. Enemy destroyed.
Now we get to the main fun gimmick of the combat system in Republic Commando. As you can see at the top, it says acquire the DC-17M sniper attachment. You had it right, it's an attachment. How this works is, you have your basic blaster, which is the DC-17 blaster, what we've been using the entire time, and if we hit right on the D-pad,
sniper mode, very accurate, very deadly.
You can attach a different mode for different situations. It's essentially an adaptive gun. We also have one more weapon that we use when we're out of ammo. If you double tap down the D-pad, you bring up the DC, I think it's a DC-13 pistol, something like that. Oh, the DC-12 one too. It has a name inside the universe, but I don't remember it for the life of me. And I frankly don't really care that much. They'll mention it. They mention it inside little subtext. But as you can see, we're probably going to need this pretty soon. But we're not going to need it through this door. Now we have two more weapons to acquire. I take that back. We have one more weapon to acquire much later, and then we have a spare slot for an extra weapon that we can find. This is for weapons that you scavenge in the game.
Breach charge set. Clear.
Now as you can see, Sev there is red. That's because in the last episode we saw him as brown. I forgot that even in the original Xbox release, on original Xbox, sometimes during that cutscene,
Looks like we're on the right track.
Sev will turn brown.
That means we get to kill some more bugs, right?
Will you look at this place?
Multiple targets on the
And I don't know why it happens, but I do know that it does happen. So it's just a glitch that happens, and you shouldn't worry too much about it just because it honestly isn't that intrusive, and it gets fixed pretty much in the next time the model's loaded. So I'm not that uptight about it. Well, he's still going, so let's give him a boom headshot. I like the DC-17 sniper. Honestly, in terms of gaming,
That doesn't sound good.
this is one of, if not my most favorite weapon in terms of like video games. When it comes to ranged weapons, it's one of them. Most of my favorite weapons in gaming come from Republic Commando, just because I like how creative they are, the way they use them, how they are used, and why they are made the way they are. I mean, because we're a commando squad, and you don't really want to, and you want to have a weapon for every occasion. But since it's the future, you don't want to be looking around 100-something different weapons on your back. You can just have little components that you can slap onto it, and it changes the performance of the weapon. And I like that. I do like that. I'm a pretty big fan of futuristic tech stuff. It honestly makes a lot of sense to me. Which is why I got very, very, very into Star Wars as a kid. So, let's go heal up real quick. Boom. The thing that comes out of your wrist is called a vibroblade, and it's one of my other favorite weapons inside this game because you just walk up, punch them in the face, and then stab them through the eye. It's hilarious, and it will be your best friend. Trust me, it will be your best friend in the later parts of this game. Okay, I don't know why that didn't do what it was supposed to do. Okay, Seth, come on here. And sometimes during some of the loading screens, if you pay very close attention, you can actually get some pretty interesting dialogue. Well, dialogue, pretty interesting bits of information that does add a little bit to the story. The thing about Republic Commando that I found really interesting is that it actually got turned into a book series. There are, to the best of my knowledge, there are 3 books in the Republic Commando series. I've read 2 of them. One was called Hard Contact, that was the first one, and the second one was called 000. Fun fact, Hard Contact did not feature the commandos from this team. It featured an entirely different team. Before we get into that, I got flashbangs. Let's try them out, shall we? It stuns any living creature because living creatures have sensors. And this is honestly probably the hardest part of this first level, because the way this game is designed, to pretty much be very, very difficult. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, now, before we get any more into that, this actually is a pretty difficult thing about this game, is that sometimes your squad will run in front of you. And
there's a computer console at the opposite end of this room.
And sometimes they'll walk in front of you as you're issuing a new command, and it can get kind of annoying. Another thing is that when you try to do a command yourself, you have to be very careful that you don't that you're not too far away, that you might end up commanding someone else to do what you're gonna do, and then screw up a potential strategy. This game is very much about being strategic, knowing what to use your squad mates for, and how and when you need to use them. For instance, here we have a hacking console, but we have 3 sniping positions. As you can see behind me, Geonosians are coming out the wazoo. And since they have infinite ammo and are the AI and are for once dead shots, you know, that they can hit anything, it would be more it would be better for me to have them snipe while I hack this console, as opposed to having someone else hack the console and then me waste my ammo. This game does make you think, it really does, and I appreciate that kind of effort.
Throw that jamming device. Yeah, we'll get right on some sniping, Commando.
Okay, now here comes something else you're gonna need to keep track of.
Cancel maneuver, Delta.
As you
Take them out from there, Delta.
as you do more and more as you complete more and more objectives, more and more things you can interact with inside the level will open up. More and more things you can order them to do will open up.
07's down. Someone help him.
Ah, crap. I did not mean to do that, but I'm going to have to do it anyway. And you have to keep your eye on that, because you never know if something might open up where it might be better tactically to use that as opposed to what you were doing beforehand. And as you can see, I'm getting shot at like nobody's business, and this is not going to end well. Believe me when I say this, you will die inside this game. Like, you will die at parts in this game. There is no ands, ifs, or buts about it.
Oh shit. Stop looping around. Get some
Nice
back
work.
to soldier.
Communications coming back online. Initial scans show a large complex 1 level below your current location. Make your way through the opening behind the jamming device.
Well, that's pretty much all you have to do. But that's essentially the gist of it. Like, this game,
Snipe maneuver, Commando.
I'm playing it on normal. This is an older game, so the controls are not as refined as most modern day first-person shooters. However, it's still usable. I'm just not that good at FPSs. Well, I'm not gonna have a lot of them. I'm mostly a hack and slash RPG kind of dude. That's just been my thing for years. But when I find a good FPS, I kind of stick with it. I've only played technically 3.
There is a ledge at the end of this
Well,
shaft. You can rappel to the lower level from that ledge.
I say 3 technically. Also, here, this is what I'm talking about. This is like extra like backstory. And it kind of gives you a little bit more intel on your squad mates, as well as how they were trained and how the cloning process worked. But yeah, I've played a few FPSs, but I only like 3. One of them's technically a platformer, and that's the Metroid Prime series. The other FPS is Halo.
Let's use this clear line.
Now we're gonna go ahead and set up some sniping positions, and we are about to, provided that this doesn't mess up too badly, get another weapon.
What the hell was that? Set up a barricade on the bridge. Let's get a charge set on that crate.
Yeah, didn't work the way I wanted to. Oh, wait, here's another one. Here's another one. Now, if we can kill this thing, I can show off the extra weapon slot. Yes. Now, this is a new weapon. If you press down once on the D-pad, you bring up a weapon you find later. You bring up one of the scavengeable weapons. This is the Geonosian beam. This is the Geonosian beam rifle, and it is a very interesting weapon in terms of the Star Wars lore, because it's a Geonosian weapon that is powered by the blood of a Geonosian. If you look at the right there, well, I said the Geonosian, the blood of the user. If you look on the right there, you'll see these things tapping against the armor of 3-8 here. That's because it's trying to draw more blood for more ammo. It also does it as a really cool melee weapon. If I can get close enough to do that right there. Wait. There we go. I like the splatter effects, dude. That's pretty cool. However, because it's a beam weapon that's operated by the blood of the user, really edgy there, but I think it's pretty cool. What you have to end up doing with this weapon is that you have to drop it every time you run out of ammo. So it's effectively one of those you have to save ammo for kind of situations. Luckily, there are more weapons in the game that allow you to pick up more. Oh, and since there's another one over there, let's just go ahead and use this right now.
No way across. Looks like we're gonna have to make our own bridge. A well-placed bomb at the bottom of this fire might create a bridge.
Let's go ahead and just use this up. Now, the downside to this weapon is that I don't find much use for it outside of like taking down heavy enemies. Oh, also your teammates can't hurt you, so don't stand in the way of the gunfire. Now, here's another fun thing we can do. We can either put someone on that turret, but since I don't really feel like doing that, I'm going to get on it myself and fire. As soon as I can find more. There we go. Honestly, I quite like this. Up. And the best part about this is you can actually command your commandos from turrets and vehicles or whatever. Well, I don't think there are any vehicles in this game, but you can command them from turrets. So you are never in a position where you have to get off of a turret. Maybe you like the turret you're using. I'm trying to remember how it is. Do you hold up that button or? I'm trying to remember what the button was to issue commands. I think you have to hold down A, right? Then you hold down A, and then you get this little thing on the left here that comes up, and then you can just command them to do whatever you need to do. I want to go ahead and show this off real quick. Let's say you're across the way, and you need to get, because trust me, I'm not going to have a chance to show this off inside this level. This only happens much later levels. You are going to need to make use of this in later levels. But let's say you're far away and you need your squad to get near you. Well, if you hit form up, the icons in the lower left corner will tell you what they're going to do, or what they are doing right now. Right now they're on the form up, which means they will follow you and stay with you as long as you need them to. You see how Sev's status turned to a plus? That means he's getting health. If they turn red, that means that they are not. That means that they are incapacitated. Now, let's say we want them to cancel maneuver. You hit down. They will cancel the maneuver, and they will return to whatever previous thing they had going. Let's say I want them to cancel maneuver. That means that they will cancel healing, cancel sniping positions, cancel grenadier positions, and they will do whatever the last thing you had them assigned to was in terms of movement, like say to form up. But now let's say we want them to just do their own thing, just search and destroy.
Take offensive formation.
This means that the AI will act however it deems itself necessary to. They will run ahead to the next objective, so if you get lost you can just use that. Or they will automatically take up grenadier positions. Now secure area is this. So as opposed to the arrow pointing down, arrows pointing up, which means that they are at a position and they are not moving from it. This will not automatically activate. The form up and secure area positions will not activate automatically. So I usually have them in search and destroy mode just because it's a little bit easier for me. I only have them in form up mode if like I'm about to die. Now, beyond that, there's nothing really else to worry about.
Take offensive formation.
And sometimes they will automatically do form up. I take that back. They will automatically form up sometimes. I don't know what triggers it, but it's usually like if you go into another area and it's like right at the end of it, so it's practically useless. And that's about it. Let's keep going. Trust me when I say you will need this in later missions. However, that has been the end of our blah 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 blah. You know, you ever notice that I don't really talk very well? I don't know why, it just doesn't want to work sometimes. Anyway, this brings us to the end of our last objective. We have infiltrated the droid factory. Join me next time for when we destroy the factory. I have been the Devious Wolf, and I will catch you later.